Good morning to all the students. प्यारे बच्चों, I hope that you all are safe and healthy at your respective houses. You know that we were discussing the third chapter of civics in the previous lecture. Today's topic is role of the parliament. You know that the parliament in our system has immense powers because it is the representative of the people, and the member of the parliament are elected by us. Okay? Once elections to the parliament have taken place, the parliament needs to perform various functions: to select the national government, to control, guide, and inform the government, and to making laws. Okay? Now the first is to select the national government. You know what? The most important function of the Lok Sabha is to select the executive. We have already discussed about executive in previous chapter. Remember? In separation of power, I have explained you that according to the constitution, there are three organs of Indian government: legislature, executive, and judiciary. And the role of the executive is to implement laws and to run the government. The executive is a small group of persons who work together to implement the laws made by the parliament. After the Lok Sabha elections, a list is prepared showing how many MPs belonging to each political party. The Lok Sabha results shows total number of MPs belonging to each political party. Okay? To form a government, a political party must have a majority of MPs in the Lok Sabha. For example, currently 543 elected members in Lok Sabha. Okay. We also have 2 nominated MPs, and they are nominated by the president. But we don't include these MPs, okay, as they are not elected, they are nominated. So abhi kitni hai total numbers? 543. Means to have a majority, a party or alliance should have at least 272, above half the total number of seats. Okay. Then the prime minister is the leader of ruling party or alliance in the Lok Sabha. He or she, I'm talking about the prime minister, he or she further selects ministers from among the MPs who belong to his or her party or alliance to work with him to implement decisions passed in the parliament. It means it completely depends on the prime minister कि वो किसको select करते हैं किस ministry के लिए. ठीक है? Like Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Home Affairs, Education Ministry, Health Ministry. Okay. At times, no political party gets a majority in the Lok Sabha. In such a case, different political parties of similar concerns make a alliance to form the government. Such type of government is known as coalition government. Listen बच्चे, ये पॉसिबल है कि इलेक्शंस के बाद किसी एक पर्टिकुलर पार्टी को 272 जो फिगर है किसी भी गवर्नमेंट को फॉर्म करने के लिए, इंडिया में सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को फॉर्म करने के लिए वो 272 है, बट ये पॉसिबल है कि किसी एक सिंगल पार्टी को आई एम सेइंग किसी एक सिंगल पार्टी को 272 सीट्स या मेजॉरिटी ना मिले, ओके, देन क्या होता है, अदर पार्टीज जिनके पास और जिनके मेंबर्स इलेक्ट हुए हैं, हो सकता है वो इंडिपेंडेंट हो या किसी भी पर्टिकुलर पार्टी से हो, वो साथ में ज्वाइन करते हैं और एक अलायंस बनाते हैं, ठीक है। देन वो अलायंस का टोटल अगर 272 हो जाता है तो वो अलायंस मिलकर गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म करता है, ठीक है। इस गवर्नमेंट को क्या बोलते हैं बच्चे, कोलिशन गवर्नमेंट, ओके। अब आपने बहुत बार न्यूज में देखा होगा बेटा, जो कोलिशन गवर्नमेंट होती है या जो अलायंस होता है वो दो तरह से होता है, ओके। एक होता है प्री पोल अलायंस एंड द सेकंड इज पोस्ट पोल अलायंस। इट मींस जो अलायंस इलेक्शन से पहले होता है, इलेक्शन से पहले अगर दो या दो से ज्यादा पार्टीज मिलकर, इट मींस मोर देन टू होनी चाहिए, ओके। जब मोर देन टू पार्टीज मिलकर एक अलायंस फॉर्म करते हैं और देन वो इलेक्शंस लड़ते हैं, और अगर उस अलायंस को 272 इट मींस मोर देन हाफ सीट्स मिल जाती हैं तो गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म करता है। अब एक सेकंड फॉर्म आता है पोस्ट पोल अलायंस, मींस पहले अलायंस नहीं हुआ था बट इलेक्शन के बाद दो पार्टीज या दो से ज्यादा भी हो सकते हैं पार्टीज एक अलायंस, एक कोलिशन बनाते हैं गवर्नमेंट को फॉर्म करने के लिए, तो इसे कहते हैं हम कोलिशन फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, ओके। The opposition in parliament is formed by the political parties that oppose the majority party or coalition formed, okay. The largest amongst these parties is called the opposition party, okay. Means वो सारी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज जो गवर्नमेंट के वर्क को अपोज करती हैं, गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज को अपोज करती हैं, वो सब कौन सी हैं, अपोजिशन पार्टीज। बट इसमें से जो लार्जेस्ट होती है वो होती है मेन अपोजिशन पार्टी, ओके। नाउ द नेक्स्ट इज टू कंट्रोल, guide and inform the government. All the members of the parliament, MPs, have the right to question the government's policies and decisions. Okay? Each session of the parliament usually begins with the question hour, where member of the parliament can ask the questions to the government or point out faults in its policies and programs, okay. In question hour, any member of the parliament can ask the question about the development of his or her constituency, okay. You know what, that the member of the parliament, the Lok Sabha, are elected by us, so they can raise question on behalf of us, and sometime they raise question on the behalf of their political parties, okay. MPs can ask the questions related to the public interest like unemployment, inflation of basic goods, women security, cost of petroleum products and all, okay, and are related to national interest like relation between our border countries, our defense policy and all, okay. Question hour is a very important part of the functioning of the parliament. And why I'm saying this? Because it is beneficial for both the MP who asked the question and also for the government, as the government comes to know the opinion of the people through their representative in the parliament. Okay. Through these questions, the members keep a check or members keep a control on the functioning of various departments. Okay. The opposition parties play a critical role in the healthy functioning of a democracy. Okay. They highlights drawbacks in various policies and programs of the government. Okay. By asking question, the government is alerted to its shortcomings. It means government knows about the faults and the shortcomings of the programs and the policies. Okay. The Prime Minister and his or her ministries are accountable to the parliament for their work. Okay. In all financial matter, like to pass the budget, okay, yearly budget जो होता है बच्चे, the government has to take the approval of the parliament. The parliament can even force the prime minister and his council to resign. Yes, by passing a no confidence motion against them. If the opposition parties think that the ruling parties doesn't have the majority, then with the help of no confidence motion, they can force the prime minister to resign. And if this no confidence motion passed with the majority, then the prime minister has to resign. Okay. इससे हमें क्या चीज क्लियर हो रही है बेटा? It means parliament is above the government and the prime minister. Okay. In all important decisions such as declaring a war or emergency, the approval of parliament is must. The MPs, member of parliaments, as representatives of the people, have a central role in controlling, guiding, and informing parliament, and this is a key aspect of the functioning of Indian democracy. Okay. The last is making of laws. Lawmaking is the most important function of the parliament. It makes laws on variety of subjects that are under the jurisdiction of the central government. Okay. Now we have completed this chapter. I am sending you the question answers of this chapter. Must note down these question answers in your social science notebook. Okay? Thank you and God bless you all.